From near and far, your radio is the only passport you'll need. Join us for Travel with Rick Steves, Saturday afternoons at 1 on KSJE.
All community members are invited to focus on Farmington Coffee to celebrate the Festival of Trees on Friday, December 3rd from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Artifacts Gallery, 302 East Main Street in downtown Farmington. Come have a cup of coffee, network, and learn how Presbyterian Medical Services has been serving our community for over 51 years. Souvenir mugs can also be purchased. This Focus on Farmington Coffee event is free and sponsored by Basin Home Health and Hospice, PALS, and Basin Coordinated.
COVID-19 cases are high and it's overwhelming our healthcare system. The caregivers at San Juan Regional Medical Center need your help.
Our resources are exhausted. We're very limited on what we have the capacity to do because we're being overwhelmed with the number of individuals that are requiring ICU care at this point.
So what can you do to help? Most importantly, ignore the rhetoric and get vaccinated.
Continue hand washing, continue to wear your mask and social distance.
Help us so we can help you.
Eight o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, the first day of December 2021. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air, of course, here in San Juan County, 103.3 FM over the air in Durango, Colorado, and streaming everywhere else on the planet from our website at ksje.com, and that includes your smart speaker. So try it out and let us know how it goes. Welcome also to our viewers. This is a visual radio program. The video is streaming live this morning out to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. So we're glad that you are with us this morning, everybody, because coming up in the next few moments, my guests from the Farmington Public Library. We're talking about some of the upcoming events and activities at the library, and also details about a new grant that the library has received from NASA. Yeah, that NASA. And we'll explain what that's all about coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Later on this morning, Ron Price will be here with another lesson about life in the sandbox that we all share together. This week's topic is fun in relationships. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that. You can see it and hear it at 8:50 a.m. this morning right here on KSJE. Mick Hess will take over the studios at 9:06 after the news. He is featuring music this morning from Sibelius and Haydn. That's coming up this morning on a special 90-minute version of Roving with the Arts. That takes us to 10:30. And right on Four Corners, our local and regional author program, Tracy Hales-Vaz is speaking with noted author James McGrath Morris about his newest book about Tony Hillerman, called Tony Hillerman, A Life. A fascinating conversation coming up today at 10:30 with Tracy Hales-Vaz on Right on Four Corners here on KSJE. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, we invite you to subscribe for free to KSJE Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on all the popular podcast apps like iTunes and Spotify and iHeart and Pandora and Amazon and Google Podcasts, Podbean, and much, much more. So we invite you to check it out and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And you can pick and choose the topics and programs that you want to listen to on the KSJE podcast list. So check it out. Mostly sunny skies outside our studios this morning, as it has been and will be all week long. A sunny week in store for us. 30 degrees here at San Juan College. It is on our way to a high of 54 degrees today with mostly sunny skies. 24 degrees overnight with clear skies. Mostly sunny tomorrow, the high 56. 56 in sunshine again on Friday. 55 degrees in sunshine on Saturday. 53 on Sunday. 52 for high on Monday. Maybe, though, a chance for rain or snow on Tuesday with a little bit cooler weather, high near 50. We'll see if that develops as we get a bit closer, but we're keeping an eye on the weather for, of course, Saturday, because that's Luminaria night here at San Juan College, and so we are looking forward to welcoming the community back onto the San Juan College campus. campus. You can drive or walk through the Luminaria display this year, 6 p.m. Saturday till midnight. KSJE proud once again to provide music during your Luminaria visit. So whether you walk across campus or drive through the display, we hope you will tune in and enjoy some of the sounds of the season, courtesy of KSJE and our great local hosts. Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and time to welcome guests from the Farmington Public Library to talk about some upcoming events and programs at the library. David Florez is here. He is the Teen Services Coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming in. Also, Victoria Wright is joining us this morning, a library associate. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here as well.
Thank
And lots of stuff happening at the library. And gosh, there's winter reading going on at the library, right? So let's talk a little bit about that. It's similar to summer reading, but it's a little colder out, so we call it winter reading.
Absolutely.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Right. Okay. And so, how do we take part in winter reading, the winter reading program?
So anybody can participate. Doesn't matter what your age is.
Uh-huh.
You can just go to the website, infoway.org, or stop by the library and register. And then each week there's a challenge. There's a number of challenges actually.
Right.
And so you complete a challenge. The more challenges you complete, the more opportunities you have to be entered in to a grand prize drawing that we'll do on January the 8th. We also do some random drawings each and every week. So on Monday, you'll come to the library if you're selected and pick up a prize.
Nice. Okay. And this is going on from now through
January 8th.
January 8th. Okay. So all throughout the holiday, people can be doing this winter reading and the challenges and...
Right, and then you're also trying to log 3 books for winter reading to complete the program.
Okay. And 3 books, any kind of book.
Anything that you want to read.
You guys are pretty lenient on what you count as a book.
Right.
Yeah.
A magazine.
Yeah.
If you listen to an audiobook, that will
Counts.
count.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything.
If you're a parent and you're reading a children's book to your child, that counts too. You can use that for your child and for yourself.
Double.
Yep.
I like it. Okay. Very good. So you just have to register online or come to the library and get registered for this program to get into all the challenges and log your books.
That's right.
You're right.
That's how it
Yeah.
works.
And even if they come to the library, they're going to register online. So
True.
it's a virtual program.
Okay. Very good. Infoway.org is the place to go.
Infoway.org. We're going to be giving a 6-foot Christmas stocking
Nice.
for the kids. So we'll be the grand prize each area. So adults will have a grand prize, teens will have a grand prize, and then kids will have a grand prize. The adults will win a grand prize. They're little packages. There's just a number of things in a little basket that they're going to get. There's a fire log and a blanket and some
Nice.
things. It's cozy up, warm up to a.
Sure.
Is the titles, and then for teens they're going to get an outdoor pack. They'll get a hammock, fishing poles, some things to do outside, and then of course the kids are going to get a 6-foot Christmas stocking that's
Nice.
full of all kinds of cool stuff.
That sounds to me that stocking's going to be taller than the kids that are going to win it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I told one of the parents, she came with a couple of her kids. I said, you can put both of those kids in that stocking.
Good. It's true. Very true. Well, I know the library always has some great prizes for all of your events and programs and things like that, whether it's summer reading, winter reading, or what have you. So that sounds great. Another incentive to get kids to sign up.
Right.
So
Yeah, and read. We want our community to be reading. It's important for our kids, and we need to have a literate community. So
very true, very true. And when I talk to the school leaders on this program, the superintendents from the different districts in the county, they always talk about, if kids are home and away from class for 2 weeks, 3 weeks over winter break, keep reading, because that can really help keep those wheels turning in those brains and get them back into the classroom in January, ready to go again.
Exactly. Yeah, they need to continue to read. There is such a thing as a summer slide.
Yeah.
And it happens, anytime that they're not in school and not reading, they're going to lose a little bit of their skills. So we want them to continue to keep their skills honed.
Very true, very true. It is the Winter Reading Program 2021 at the Farmington Public Library. Again, you can register online at infoway.org or pop into the library if you need help, and they can set you up with a computer and get you logged in and registered right there.
Right. One of the challenges they're going to be looking. So if you look at the screen, you see the Yeti That is a Yeti.
I see the Yeti, yes.
So that Yeti is going
Betty the Yeti.
Betty the Yeti.
Yes.
And Betty the Yeti is all over the library.
Is she
So
now?
one of the challenges is to find her.
Okay.
And then there's a secret code.
Mm-hmm.
So when you find her, you'll find the secret code, and then you type that challenge, the secret code, into your profile.
Right.
And then you've completed the challenge. So,
okay.
so it is. So Betty the Yeti is in different places in the library.
And for our radio audience who can't see Betty the Yeti, she is horrible looking. No, she's
No.
not. She looks very friendly.
She's a very cute stuffed Yeti.
She's a
yes.
very cute stuffed Yeti. That's true.
And every week she's in a new place.
I gotcha. So there's different challenge. The challenge refreshes every week, basically,
Refreshes
right?
every week.
Every
So come
Monday.
to the library every week and
Yep.
you can find Betty the Yeti.
There you go. Very, very good. That's just one of the many challenges as part of the program, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's one of the challenges.
okay.
Correct.
But Betty likes to hide, it sounds like.
Betty likes to hide. You know, it's kind of like Elf on a Shelf. Betty's hanging out somewhere.
Okay.
And it's a stuffed animal.
Right.
And so.
But from the picture, it looks like Betty likes a hot cup of coffee or hot cocoa or something in the winter.
Yeah, I see the picture. You don't have the picture up there, but I see the picture of her in a car.
Oh, okay.
But-
Betty gets around.
Yeah, exactly.
The Yeti. Okay. Very good. Well,
This week she's decorating her tree. for
is she?
Christmas,
Okay.
yes.
There you go. So stop by the library and see if you can find Betty the Yeti and answer the challenge. That's how it
Exactly.
works. You
Yeah,
get the code.
Answer the challenge. There's last week. If you did last week's challenge, the code word was every child Yeti to read.
Nice. Nice. Every child Yeti to read.
Right.
A play on your Every Child Ready to Read,
You
right? Isn't
got
that a
it.
program that you have at the library too? So
That's one of our cornerstone programs that we do with Every Child Ready to Read. So
Right.
We tie that into everything that we do in youth services. So.
Very good. Well, a great program, and again, the winter reading program at the library, and folks can check it out and get registered at infoway.org. The other thing I wanted to ask you both about is this new grant that the library has received from none other than NASA, the actual NASA, right?
Right.
They're no slouch, right? I mean, that's a big deal. So talk to me a little bit about that. That's going to help in a number of ways, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we applied for a grant. It's a nationwide grant. 60 libraries across the country received a grant from NASA, and
So you are one of 60.
we were one of 60.
That's pretty good.
I
Good
thought
results,
so.
I would think. Yeah, congratulations.
I think so. I think we're pretty happy with the results. And NASA's going to spend $10 billion to get a new telescope. So it's the James Webb telescope that's going to be put out in space. It's going to take the place of the Hubble.
Okay.
And if you followed it, or if anyone has followed it, there's been some technical difficulties. So the launch date has been moved several times. Right now, it's no earlier than the 22nd of December.
Okay.
It was supposed to go out it was supposed to be on the 18th, but it's not going to happen as of yet. So just some technical difficulties. You want to make
Well,
sure.
space stuff happens, right? So
Yeah, and then that I know that they had a problem with the original Hubble.
right.
You remember
they
they
had
had-
some repair missions
they had
up
it
there
right
to fix it.
away.
It was a little blurry from time to time. You don't want that. Even I know that.
Yeah,
as
you
a radio guy, you don't want a blurry telescope.
You
So
got to have a good microphone, right?
yeah, right.
So they're making sure that's going to work out.
Okay.
One of the things that's pretty amazing with the telescope is that it can that I think it can observe 100 different objects simultaneously and record all the data.
Wow.
So I mean they're going to put it out there and to take a look at anything out in space.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a gosh, there's so many things that's about it. They've got a microphone that's going to be receiving.
Listening.
Gosh,
Whatever.
It's so. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the distance. 50 light years.
Sounds right.
That's a
Could be.
long ways.
It
to
is a
pick
long
up
way
sound,
away. Right.
So that's a pretty good microphone.
Right. So interesting. So how is so talk to me about how the library plays in all this, because you're going to be developing programs and other things about some of this data coming from the telescope and things like that. What types of things will you be doing?
Right. So the NASA at My Library grant, we're going to have some programs coming up next year that are going to be NASA oriented.
Right.
So the James Webb Space Telescope, which David was mentioning, the first images, we're going to have some programming around that. And then also during the summer, we'll have some programming on, let me see, our planet Earth. So the NASA Earth Science and Environmental Sustainability. NASA is going to provide us with so many resources that we can use and share with our community, and that's why we're really excited. It's still in the planning stages, but coming 2022.
Very exciting. And so this grant comes with some ideas and some money, I hope, to help you put some of these things together. Is that kind of the idea of what the grant was all about?
Yes, the grant came, it was an amount of money that the library got to do a number of programs. And, a lot of the programs that, when we submitted the information, they're programs that we normally do anyway. So we do the solstice, winter and summer solstice.
Right.
And we do partner with Dave Mayu here at the college. And,
our planetarium director.
The planetarium director, exactly. He brings his telescopes, and we are able to look at planets and things like that. We've done that for a number of years. Yeah. So this grant just fit perfectly with what we already are doing. So, or what we've done in the past and what we will continue to do. As Victoria mentioned, we're going to do some programs in the summer. We were hoping to do a few things for the solstice, the winter solstice, but kind of with the the uncertainty of what's going on right now, the solstice is we're going to have the solstice will happen whether we do something at the library or not. Right, right. But
you may not have a party around the solstice event, but as we can see on the screen, the library, the actual construction of the library was built in a way to kind of be able to commemorate both the summer and winter solstice, and so just the way the windows are orientated, that is how we get that great frame on the floor. Exactly. And the solstice marker on the library floor in the rotunda is what marks the winter and summer solstice. So you'll be having, the sun will be shining through. If it's a sunny day, people will see that on the winter solstice. But but normally you have kind of a little more of a celebration, and that may be a little bit pared down this year.
Yeah, that'll probably
stay tuned is what we say in the radio business.
Yeah, stay tuned. It may be virtual. Be looking for virtual programming for the winter solstice. Right. We're going to be doing something for sure for the spring equinox. Okay. So we're looking, a lot of the majority of the programs that we're doing on the James Webb Telescope, NASA at our library, is going to be around the heavenlies. So we're going to do something with the spring equinox, tied into Earth Day, some things like that. Nice. So, and we're hoping to be able to, of course, that's going to be during spring break. Okay. So, but that's okay because we're gonna get some. We're going to do some different things. Summer solstice, we'll be able to use. We'll be able to do at the library as well. So. Okay. Very good. Victoria, are you excited about any of these programs that are coming up, or what are you working on? Are you working on a couple of things as well?
Right. We're still in the planning stages for this NASA at Your Library grant. So when we finalize what we're going to have happen, we'll definitely let you know.
Sounds good. Very good. And I know folks can kind of watch the library's website, infoway.org, the library's Facebook page, and I know you post a lot of stuff on there when you're coming up with new programs and things like that. You mentioned the planetarium here at the college, and David Mayu, who brings his telescopes, and we have them out here in the courtyard and brings them down to the library. And you can see a lot of things with that, but the idea of a space telescope is, right, once you're outside of the Earth's atmosphere, you can see a lot more and peer a lot further into space. Isn't that the whole idea behind the space telescope?
That is exactly the reason for it. So it's going to be able to look at galaxies that are forming, looking at the stars, looking at the sun, looking at what we already see in our galaxy, what's already happening in our universe, but then also it's going to be extended into universes that are being created. So this is pretty amazing. I think I really like to look at the stars and see what's going on, and it's amazing to me. As you were mentioning, even the solstice markings at the library. One of the best things that we have in our community is Chaco. Right. Chaco Canyon. And at Chaco Canyon, I mean, if you do the research or you kind of read some of those stories, that's exactly how they lined up. The streets, that's how they did. They did all those through the solstice markings. Right. I always tell people that those folks, they were navigators of the sand. They use the sun. They use the stars to get places.
Right.
And when you look at Chaco, you see they found chocolate. They found seashells. They found parrot feathers, and all of that was a main hub. And through being able to travel, following the stars and things like that, they were able to get commodities to the desert. So it's pretty amazing,
right?
That they were able to just follow the stars.
Sure, those shells and parrot feathers aren't found here normally, and weren't found here back when Chaco was inhabited. So there was a pretty extensive trading network to bring those things in and trade back and forth, and that's what you're talking about. Is how it would move around. And I know if you search for the term sundagger on the internet, that is one of the main features of Chaco that was there for a long time. The rocks kind of shifted more recently, but the idea was the sun would line up and create this kind of sliver of light that was on kind of a spiral engraving to kind of mark the calendar, right? Am I getting that right?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And that's how they were able to know when to plant. And so we want to tie all these things. The spring equinox is, if you follow the Farmer's Almanac, that's the start of planting in different places throughout, and that's exactly how the Chaco culture did. And it's a straight line from Chaco out to the Hopi Reservation. So it's just amazing how, just in following the stars, they were able to line up. If you could put a string line, you would be amazed at how accurate they were, and thousands of years ago. So
pretty amazing.
It's amazing. It is very amazing.
Very true.
So with the Webb telescope, they're going to be able to take a look far out into space and see a number of things that we already know, and also some things that we don't know. So it's going to be pretty amazing. We are going to be able to follow the launch.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why I've been kind of keeping track of when they're going to launch it, because we do have, in the teen zone, we have the big screen television, and so we will be able to, from time to time, kind of show to the patrons, if not the patrons, just to me, kind of the results of the telescope and what's going on.
Very cool. And you mentioned that right now the launch is scheduled for sometime in December, right? Around the 22nd?
No sooner than the 22nd.
No sooner than.
And it's kind of
That's what they say.
It's iffy right now. So they have had some technical difficulties.
Well, again, when you're launching things into space, you can't really run over and tweak something and with a screwdriver. You've got to kind of get it ready to go before it takes off.
It's got to be accurate. I know right now the problem that they had right now is that they did a little test run, and one of the clamps that holds the telescope to the rocket came loose.
You don't want
and it caused some shifting, and they need to make sure that there's no damage done to the telescope.
Right.
So at the end of the week, this week, they're supposed to have a go, no-go for the launch around the 22nd. I've heard that it may be even as late as the 28th. So we'll just
but you're following it, so we'll know.
We're following it.
And if folks are wanting to follow it too, and they show up at the library and go to the teen zone, I bet you'll let them know what the status is.
Exactly. Once it's launched, we'll be putting it up on the screen, and we'll be able to watch it.
Very exciting. And for NASA fans, there's another event happening at the library that we want to mention just briefly this morning, but another trivia night at the library coming up Wednesday, December 15th. That's in a couple of weeks at 6 p.m. I know the library does its regular trivia events, and so this is all related to NASA.
Right.
So
bring your team and bring your NASA knowledge and win some prizes.
There you go. That's right. It's open to individuals or teams, and it's back face to face, right? So you're doing it safely at the library, and so folks can come in and compete.
Correct.
Friendly competition.
Yes, competition's good.
There will be snacks.
And snacks too.
Yes.
Like space food, like out of a packet? Is that what you guys are going to serve?
Twinkies.
Twinkies, there you go.
Yeah, there's Twinkies.
Okay.
I mean, that was the original space food.
See? There you go. Maybe some Tang in the back corner. I don't know. Do they still make it?
Yeah,
I don't know if they do. But
that I don't know. But
okay. But there you go. Very good. Well, tell me a little bit else what you guys are working on at the library these days. David, I know you've always got projects with the teens, Teen Zone.
We're kind of just getting ready. Hopefully, we're going to be doing our back to school after school starts after the first of the year. We're hoping to get some in-person programming, but we're just kind of having to play that by ear right now. So, But other programs that we're doing is all virtual. So we do a story time virtual storytime on Monday, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And then every other Tuesday we give a activity box. And inside that activity box is a number of things. So our next one will go out next Tuesday, and it's going to be all about New Mexico. Mexico. We've already done New Mexico.
Old Mexico.
Old Mexico, exactly.
Right.
And we got a little poinsettia craft in there and some things like that. So.
And those are kind of available while supplies last, is what they say, right? And so I know sometimes you run out, and sometimes you have them left over for the next day. Maybe you can still come in on Wednesdays and pick them up if there's anything left.
Actually, as far as the kid activity, so the adults also do an activity every other Tuesday. But as far as the kids go, we're usually out within a couple of hours.
Okay.
So
if you want
one, come early. Yeah. We open at 11, so come early. And not to say that we might not have, we might have some, but it's been a couple, 3 hours at the most that we're out. So.
Gotcha.
But the adults, they have some activities as well. Leather bracelets, and I know they did a calligraphy set that went really well.
Okay.
But just come and see. We also did last week for Thanksgiving. We did a little cinnamon roll pack. So they were able to take some cinnamon rolls home.
Nice.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Victoria has planned a gingerbread house.
Oh.
So
let's ask her.
Now, so that is an activity kit that we give one per family, and in the box is everything that they need to bake cinnamon rolls, gingerbread houses. Sometimes we need to add a few items like maybe milk or oil.
Stuff that can't go in a box.
Exactly.
Maybe.
But it's everything that they need, and normally it yields about 12.
Okay.
So we on those kits, we just do one per family.
Sure.
But I do know that we have a gingerbread. Well, I think we have a gingerbread house coming up.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Victoria, can you fill in the blanks a little bit on what you're planning?
So right now, I have been kind of theming my activity boxes for the kids around different countries.
Okay.
So the next country that we're going to visit is going to be Mexico. And then the one that David is referring to at the end of the month near Christmas, we're going to be going to Germany.
Okay.
So that is the home of gingerbread.
That's where we get gingerbread from, right? And some of
Yes,
those great
so
things. So holiday traditions there.
A lot of great holiday traditions came from Germany, so that's going to be what that craft kit is going to be themed about. Yeah.
Very good. And is the plan maybe to do kind of one per family? Is that kind of the idea?
Yep, one per family, and then we'll have some activity, little crafts to go with it.
Okay. And again, I know they run out, so if folks are interested, they should come early to
We
get
open
their
at
kit.
11, and they should come early so that they can make sure that they get one of those.
Okay. Very good. Well, you guys are always very creative at the library with your activities and projects and things like that. Anything else that's going on in your world that you want to mention to the audiences this morning?
Just a lot of planning right now for the next year.
Okay. Very cool. David, again, with this whole grant and projects, a lot of things we'll hear about space and the Earth, and it's kind of a 30,000-mile view, it sounds like.
Yeah, right now 30. Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. And if people are interested, they should go to the James Webb Telescope overview and kind of get some information about the telescope. It's pretty amazing.
I bet it is. Yeah. It'll be fun to see the project and have it launch, and then see what the library does here in Farmington to kind of relate to it, and to see some of those images, which are going to be really something.
Yeah, and the nice thing, we'll be able to partner with the college, with Dave Mayu, and then some other folks. So, we're hoping, again, we'll have some storytellers, probably do a virtual storytelling around the solstice. We're kind of working on those details right now.
Okay.
But that should.
And you mentioned that, and I want to make sure everyone knew that they can catch those. They're virtual, so they can catch them on the library's Facebook page and YouTube channel is where those usually show up, correct?
Correct.
When you reveal them every week. So
right.
That's how we can hear those stories and see them, too.
Yes.
So you guys are becoming quite the performers in your storytelling skills. So there you go. Very good. Well, thank you both for coming in this morning. And this grant, is it a one-year grant or is it a multi-year grant?
It's just a one-time.
One-time thing?
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing some of the programs from it. So it'll be great to see what the library does with this grant from NASA and some of the other programs that you've got up your sleeves. So
yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
You bet. You're very welcome. My guest this morning from the Farmington Public Library here on KSJE. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol, Tuesday, December 21st at 7:30 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or at 505-599-1148.